My name is Nismo, and this is how I made the re-edit of the song The Underground by Steve Angello, HIISAK and James. So check it out. So if we are here in the project, we can see I kept it very simple. It's immediately like an extended mix because I only want to have this song for playing out live, and yeah, it's not an official remix, it's just like a little edit I made. So yeah, we can dive right into it. We basically move the whole song around one bassline idea, and it's yeah, it's pretty close to my bassline of another song I made. Not exactly sure when it will be released. So we have here like a standard kick drum. Pretty much punches you in your face. I wanted to keep the energy going, which the normal tune has in there. It has a very, very big kick drum, so I think, yeah, the song needed that. We have a very simple sub bass going on, just some note switches to make it a little bit more like interesting. So this bass line is actually following the main leads, MIDI rise, and so we can have a better structure because the lead sound is very, let's say, very broad and it takes up a lot of space. So I don't want to make the bass line too crazy to not lose your focus for the song. There are some automations on the bass line. You see here a little automation which is actually going to make the bass a little bit stronger, and then we dive here into the upper bass. This is where the small little delay comes from, and yeah, here are some more automations on there, again to make it sound cooler, just sound more interesting in general for the whole song. So yeah, we have here like a little delay automation, an automation with the pitch bend in Serum itself, and then it sounds like this. So the delay is actually the whole time on the bass line, but just in some parts it kind of like exaggerates, and this is what I was going for, because then you don't feel that the record is just only going forward and not moving pretty much. So this is just a small little trick. I always put that into a secondary channel. This is this one here with a rift on it. It's a crazy plugin by Minimal Audio. And then we have here like my little bus. It's a green screamer, an UAD distressor, and a filter just to make it sound more raw. We have here like a little step bass. This is something I kind of often do. It just keeps, yeah, the song going. Gives a little bit more movement. In a club you will hear that pretty much. It just like pumps in your chest. Nothing really special about it. It's just like a synth plant drum I massively just like processed and just, yeah, went crazy about that. Then we have another tom in here. That's this one. This is the song from the tom from a song Grada, which is out now, and yeah, I kind of like that, so I put it in there. And from then on we can move to the lead sound. I extracted the lead sound with like an AI tool. It took forever, but they actually did a very good job. I cleaned it up a little bit, got some soothe on it, some bloom, a little bit of EQ work, and then I shaped it to my bass line, so it sounds like that now. So this was the initial idea, to make it more housey, I guess. So I just wanted to keep the lead sound of the edit of Steve Angello as much as possible. I didn't want to just like reshape it completely. I think they did like an amazing job, so I kept it in there. And then we go to the drums, and the drums are basically very simple. It's a head I stole, it's a clap I stole, it's a drum loop. And then we got here an additional clap just for the high end, for the spark a little bit. My rides, which have like a little something of processing on there. And this fill drum. And then we have basically our whole drop. It sounds like that then. And then we have here this little step. And I found it in a sample pack, and it reminded me of this song because it's the perfect thing between like a percussion and a vocal. So I put it in there. It's actually one like which gives you like a taste of a real original house song, and it makes it more moving, I guess, more interesting. So this is running, and we have here a rave lead sound, which sounds very broadly. It's very much in stereo, but it has a cool effect on it, and yeah, it suits the record, I guess. So this is the main drop, and then I will show you one last thing. I showed this records to a friend of mine. Here's the studio next to me, and I had like a downlifter in there, which was a sample, and it sounds like that. And it was sounding quite cool, but then he asked me, why don't you do that with like the original like lead sound step? So I cut out a part of the lead sound and just placed it on the sound the whole time, just like very neatly, that everything follows each other. So if you don't have something to do on a Saturday evening, just do that for a couple of hours, and it's perfect. It's a perfect evening. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing basically in the studio, just putting sounds neatly together. And then it sounds like that, and it's the downlifter I got from Splice, and then the Steve Angello and Corey James lead sound on top of it. And then you're in the breakdown. So yeah, basically that's how I made the drop of the re-edit of the Underground. And I hope you like it. I hope you could see some tricks and learn something from that, and see you for the next video. Have some fun. Cheers.